Welcome back. Beneficiaries of the Subsidy Reinvestment and Empowerment Program SURE-P in Kwara State have staged a peaceful demonstration against the state coordinator of the scheme for non-payment of 5 months allowance. The beneficiaries are alleging that the scheme has been politicized in the state. They claim that one must belong to the same political party with the coordinator in order to draw funds from the scheme. The Kwara State Coordinator of SURE-P, Mr. Moses Ibiemi, is on the other hand denying these allegations.
The peaceful protest takes them from the MRF in Lawrence Palace to the Federal Secretariat Office of the State Coordinator, then to the Government House. They're asking the federal government to intervene in the matter, as the demonstrators say the non-payment of their 5 months allowance is affecting them adversely.
They didn't pay us our money regularly. They pay sometimes, they give us 1 month, then later they give us another 1 month. That one is not good.
They have been owing us almost 1 month's salary, and they have been doing this is done for their first time, and they have been cheating us.
This man claims that he was relieved of his duty because he decamped from the APC to the PDP.
We are here to protest the illegality being perpetrated by the state coordinator, Barrister Moses Ibiemi, on the SURE-P as a program. It's not political, neither religious or anything.
They take their protest to the Deputy Governor of the state, Mr. Peter Kashira, who promises to look into the matter.
This program is given to us in Kwara by His Excellency the President, and it is we in Kwara that must use it. Whatever is allocated to this state for this program belongs to Kwara. We cannot do politics with something that is a gift from the federal government, which is given to every state. That is why we are carrying your message back to the governor.
However, the man in the eye of the storm, the Kwara State Coordinator of SURE-P, Mr. Moses Ibiemi, denies owing any salaries.
We paid January to June in arrears because all of us know in this country that the budget was not approved until about that time. And if there was no approval of the budget, money cannot come out. Currently, we have paid July, we have paid August, we are currently paying September. Normally, we pay in arrears because the documents have to generate from the local area.
The coordinator adds that the sacking of the 8 local government coordinators followed due process.
Coordinator in Moro local government became local government education supervisory councillor. Automatically, that disqualifies him. You cannot be going to office, you have your office, you have the job you are doing, you are taking your salary every month. At the same time, you want to take shopping money, no, it's not done. You have to leave one for the other. So that one left. The one for Ilorin West, Diko. Diko is the PA to the chairman of Ilorin West. He's also their revenue collector. Ilorin East is the PA to the secretary of the local government. And 3 others, it's voluntary. It's like a voluntary job. They said they are no longer interested.
The demonstrators will be hoping that government will quickly resolve this problem so that they will sooner than later go about their normal lives.
To the power sector, since the introduction of the electricity distribution companies in the country, it appears much has not changed in terms of availability of power. Consumers still experience constant power outages and complain of outrageous bills. Our big story tonight, that is our correspondent Chris Allams, takes a look at the many challenges faced by Nigerians in various cities, particularly Benin, Lagos, Ibadan, and the Federal Capital Territory.
The emergence of distribution companies known as DISCOs gave some ray of hopes to Nigerians who have been subjected to varying degrees of neglect by the then PHCN. Those who have laced their boots to dance have since backtracked almost immediately as the disco started churning out discordant tunes.
The service totally rubbish. We thought they are even good when they started initially, but we now discover that they are just playing pranks on people. It's not different.
We hardly get 2 or 3 hours of light in 24 hours. And we also get crazy bills, an estimated of 15,000 to 20,000 per month without light.
Another issue the average consumer is faced with is having to part ways with his hard-earned currency under duress.
We don't have light for so many months now. And NEPA still continue connecting bill from us. And they say either there's light or there's no light, they must cut light and you must pay bill.
Even we are using a prepaid meter, they still give us the estimated bill. Whether you use the card or you don't use the card, they will still come and give you the light bill. And if you don't pay, they will disconnect you.
You pay $750 before you recharge your meter. And then for the $750 you apply, I don't know what it's made for. And you don't get the light. So it's as if our hand is being tied down, nobody to cry to.
Estimated bills has become the order of the day, and some of the discos explain why.
During the the process of verification, we found very interesting things. We found that customers who are actually commercial customers are being billed on domestic category, okay, and there are customers who are big malls who should be on commercial tariff are being billed on industrial tariff, so which are concessional rates. Okay, the multiplying factors for some of those large customers were all wrong.
There is a fixed charge element for every customer, and companies like broadcast companies now, your fixed charge component is 164,540. So every month. So once you get supply for some time, really you pay that fixed charge. It is not from us. That money actually goes to what? Goes to government. It goes into the system. Aside that, you now pay VAT on top of that, in addition to the electricity that you consume.
In some quarters, residents have been denied meters under the guise that there is none in stock, which invariably sentences them to the slaughter slab of wrong billings.
I think that that shouldn't be an issue because you have about 4 manufacturers that are licensed by NERC and at least about 11 importers. I mean about 5 or so importers. So there shouldn't be of meters, of prepaid meters, smart meters, and all the whole meter range. So it's not difficult, for meters to be procured.
Finally, we visited one of the licensed meter manufacturers in Lagos to have a clue of what is happening.
And we have made several presentations to all the discos. We have done extensive consultation to let them see what we have. And the fact that we have a huge stock of meter inventory, which they could buy. But the response has not been too favorable. It has not been till date. And we are hopeful that maybe very soon they would really, turn on a new leaf so that they could, buy meters from the local manufacturers.
In a normal situation, this place would have been bubbling with a lot of activities. But right now, it's a shadow of itself. The workers have been sent home due to rising overhead costs. It is actually one of the companies that manufacture meters locally in the country, with installed capacity of over 100,000 meters monthly. But why are the discos not patronizing local manufacturers in spite of the overwhelming demand by customers to be supplied prepaid meters? That is a question yearning to be answered. For Channels Television, this is Chris Elams reporting.
And in the world of art, a renowned photographer takes art enthusiasts on a journey. With captivating pictures, George Oshodi goes beyond capturing memories and sends strong messages of man and his environment, including environmental degradation and cultural heritage. Art Review tonight looks at this noted photographer's exhibition called Transgression.
A crowd gathers to enjoy George Oshodi's exhibition, an opportunity to be a part of this journey, network with those in the arts, and also capture memories of their own. The shock factor that some of these images bring is written on their faces. From the grueling tale of environmental degradation seen in oil theft to gas flare is a wake-up call on the need to protect the environment and the bleak future that awaits those who fail to heed this call. To this intriguing picture, titled The Money, shot in the gold mine in Ghana, where he explores the relationship between man and his environment, these laborers toil day and night to get this gold from Mother Earth, but benefit little from nature's gift. A cultural icon, the masquerade used in many traditional events, is showed here in several series. The mystery behind the masked creature that usually sends shivers down the spine of anyone it comes in contact with is given a human face as they strike a pose in front of mud houses. So, all that horror may not be skinned deep. There is also a wall dedicated to the royals. Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown, they say. We see some of their private moments in the line of duty. From the north to the south, there seems like a shared experience. Although their apparels and titles may differ, they have one thing in common: service to humanity. This documentation of monarchy is still a work in progress, as Oshodi hopes to continue documenting more of them. The beauty of Lagos, which the artist describes as an uncelebrated city, begins with the Carter Bridge, laced with streetlights that cast a shadow of a colorful nightlife, although in broad daylight, the houses that surround it may leave much to be desired. When the cold night births the morning sun, Lagosians wake up to mingle. The energy in the marketplace captures the hustle, an image filled with color, distorted a bit to create a unique sense of originality. Once again, the masked man appears in form of the Ayo masquerade, a tradition popular in the megacity. All these are placed side by side. The masquerade breathes life and becomes a spectacle to behold, adding more glamour to an eventful night that has left an impression in the hearts of those who experienced it.
It's a photograph of the Calabar Carnival, and yet it's got the Chinese fan who have creatively thought of putting together such colorful background to make the photograph alive in the setting in which it's done. It's absolutely remarkable.
I don't collect photographs, but I do appreciate them. And these ones by George Oshodi are particularly good because he's a very seasoned photographer, an artist photographer.
The principles of true art is not to show off a pretty picture, but to evoke emotions to let people feel something. George will be hoping he did just that with Transgression.
On the news at 10, suicide bomber kills 45 people in Afghanistan. That's on the forward scene. Stay with us.